Hey everybody, new hair. Welcome back to Change of Taste. Actually, this is kind of our first official episode, so for everyone that watched the pilot, thank you. It's fantastic, and we appreciated all the feedback. My new guest today began his career as a high school teacher for over a decade, and then tried his hand at stand-up, and lo and behold, is fantastic. He is a national touring headliner. His first special, Bad Teacher, is on Dry Bar Comedy. You can find it on Dry Bar Comedy. Has over 80 million views, which is astounding. His follow-up is Collage Dropout, which you can find on iTunes and actually hit number 2 on iTunes. So find it, check it out, and quite frankly, despite the 80 million views, should be more famous than he is. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, longtime Seattle favorite, Cory Michaelis.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Happy to be here. It's very exciting. That's right, you heard it. Number 2 on iTunes because I was the only album released that week.
Which I find phenomenal. The fact that...
Pretty mad I didn't get to number 1. Like what, who else was I? Y'all darn, I didn't even know Weird Al Yankovic still did comedies.
Yeah, when
we are.
When you first told us that, we were like, oh, that's great. And then when you said, well, nobody else released an album, I just imagine like Dane Cook had like a high school reunion and 300 people from high school just bought the
Well,
that
it's
day.
like Mulaney and Gaffigan, they're number like 2 and 3 for things that were released 5 years ago.
Right.
Nobody
Still-
buys
still
comedy.
hitting, right.
You can just get it all for free now. So anyway, I mean, I'll use it as a credit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
It's perfect.
yeah, happy to be here. Change of
Change of
taste.
taste, yeah.
That's very exciting.
But when I reached out to you, I asked you, what is your go-to vice? We've all got our vice or thing that we fall back on. And I was like, yes, Sprite or, this or that. And you said diet root beer, which is the last thing I expected.
I mean, I said beer, and then I was like, root. And you're like, oh, that's lame. I was like, well, whatever, I'm a dork. But, sugar-free, I try to avoid the sugar, and it knocks me out too early in the day. And then I'm sure there's other stuff in there that's killing me. You would know, but it tastes real good. That's kind of thing. People are always like, why? Because I've never had a cup of coffee. I've tasted it or whatever, but I've never had one. And people are like, why? What? How? And I was like, I just don't like the taste.
Yeah.
They're like, well, good for you. Oh, I'm not a good person.
Yeah, it's not an ethical choice.
Don't like the taste. It's whatever. And they're like, how do you wake up in the morning? I'm like, oh, mostly sad. And not in the morning. I don't wake up in the morning. I haven't done that in years. This is early for me. So. But I'm glad to be here. Yes, root beer. It tastes amazing. And I would be, if there was a solid, not too sweet alcoholic beverage that included or tasted like root beer, I might be. So don't reach out if there is one that I'm not aware of, because I'll become an alcoholic.
You'll be getting it.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, I haven't actually had any in a while, so today will be the first time.
Oh, good.
in
What was
quite a
your
while.
normal? What was your go-to of diet root beers?
Oh, mug.
Mug. Okay.
Mug.
Interesting. Yeah.
I was a mug fella.
A mug guy. You're a mug guy. And that's why I wondered when you said
Barks
diet,
was mug was
too sharp.
sweet. Barks is a little too, that sassafras.
Yeah, yep, that flavor, yep.
Good.
Herby,
but,
rooty, earthy.
yes,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
more of the root.
Yeah.
I like more of the beer, I guess.
Oh, interesting. And you can smell it, right? We've got the whole
gosh,
root
very
beer. It's
good.
great, right?
So
Well, that's
good.
why when you said diet root beer, I was like, who the hell? That's the dumbest thing you said. I don't like the sugar. I was like, well, that's the smartest thing I've heard now.
All right,
that's
all
a
right,
fan.
yeah.
That makes perfect sense, right?
And like, I used to not understand why people would drink. I didn't understand why people drank diet anything. I was like,
Yeah.
the worst tasting version of a good thing. It didn't make sense to me, but you kind of get used to it, you know?
Yeah.
And now people act like Diet Coke is like, oh, crack.
Yeah.
I gotta get it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't realize it was
Right.
addictive. Good. Hopefully it doesn't, it's not too bad for us. But
Well, no,
whatever.
that's why I've got you alternatives, because
Right.
if we find something better that you're gonna have a change of taste, you're gonna determine, right? And so I've got 6.
Change of taste.
Yeah, there. See, now you get it.
Come on.
It all makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So we've got 6 sugar-free root beers for you, and so you're
Right.
gonna try each one and let us know what you think. So number 1 right here. Let's give it a taste. And
Off
see what
to
you
the
think.
races
Off to the
already?
races. Yes.
And you're going to taste this as well? Or I
No,
chug
you
this
tell me.
whole
I've tried
thing?
them all. I love them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
take a big old shot.
You take a whole big shot.
Okay,
Ooh, jeez.
that's like hint. You know how hint water
Yep.
doesn't like have
Yes.
flavor apparently, but you just smell it and that's how you get the flavor. I feel like it's not even dark. That was light.
Yes. Yep.
That was like Crystal Pepsi,
Right.
right? What's that what they called it? Crystal
yeah.
Pepsi?
In the 90s, that almost buried Pepsi. Almost,
I mean,
almost ruined $1 billion brand.
Why did they even think that was a good idea? Not enough flavor, I don't think.
You like that
one.
rich, earthy, root taste. Got
yeah,
it.
not enough there.
Okay, let's see how number 2.
All right, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby. Does it have an actual root in it?
Yeah.
That is.
Yes,
that's too earthy.
Too earthy, too much.
Wait, are these all sugar-free?
It's all sugar-free.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was just
You
check
don't
it
have
in.
diabetic coma in an hour.
Do any of them have alcohol in it?
No. This is all your root beers.
All right, here we go. Just gonna keep going?
No. I want to know.
Oh.
Yeah, you.
I would drink that before that. I had one before 2.
Too sharp, too spicy. Yep, that's number 2. Yep.
Okay. Right, it's a little dirty. Like there was dirt in it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
All right. So
we're taking a break.
No, we're taking a break because
all
I
right.
want to know. This is like we come from that generation where I talk to young 20-year-old comedians. They don't do the road. They do videos and they do podcasts and they don't write. And so there's an allure and a mystery to me still of the road. And still to this day, my favorite stories a year is every comic's road story. So give me a good road story.
Here we have mine. Okay, so my stories today have a theme of Tom Segura.
Oh, we have a theme.
He's very famous.
Okay. Who is he?
He's Bert Kreischer's husband. You might know him as. I'm never gonna get on his podcast, 2 Bears, 1 Cave. So I figure I'll tell the stories on this 2 twinks with a couple of drinks. And the first, I work with him for the very first time in Spokane, Washington, and I've had for me, this is like a celebrity experience because in my world at the time, and I think he's celebrity in everybody's world right now. But do you get surprised by that occasionally? You go out and you go like, wow, Bert Kreischer, and people are like, I don't know who that is. You're like, oh, Anthony Jeselnik, and they're like, don't know.
Yeah.
And like Nikki Glazer, and they're like, I think she did like a roast. And
right.
Like, she's like insanely famous.
Yeah.
But all right.
To us, yeah.
So this is several years ago. He was famous in my world at the time, but still doing comedy clubs, just on that cusp of moving up.
For the theaters, yeah.
And I'd had a few celebrity experiences in comedy. Louis Anderson I opened for a couple times. Sweet, sweet fella.
God bless Louis.
Flirted with me. Really appreciate that, Lou. And I lived in New York City, saw, who did I see? We saw Mr. Jada Pinkett Smith's kids playing soccer a couple times. Who else did I see in New York? Carson Daly. I worked at a golf driving range. He asked me what floor he was on, so that was pretty cool, And then, the big in Leonardo DiCaprio. And at the time, he was with Giselle, I believe. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
I don't know. They walked into a cafe. We rode their bikes to the cafe, parked them, went inside, and I'm so mad. I so wish I would have went up to him and been like, "Oh my God, I loved you in Growing Pains."
Ah, yes.
Luke from Growing Pains?
He was the Attic Kid. He was the Attic Kid, yes.
You know that
right.
is Luke
that's
from
right.
Growing Pains.
Show me that smile again.
Dating. Oh, show me that smile. So we're dating ourselves a little bit. So I'd had some celebrity experiences, is my point. But no, in this case, I'm working with a guy for a whole weekend, and you want to become, the dream is like, well, maybe he'll invite me on the road with him, and that never happens. Happens to other people, not me. But we're having fun. We're having a good night. The first night, having a great time. Drinks. The opener's awesome. Matt Fulchiron, Full Charge. Go find him on the internet. He's a very funny guy. And you kind of get kicked out of the comedy club. Or, all right, where are we going next? And we go to one bar and have some drinks at a bar. So I never remember the name. It starts with an M. They do karaoke. Doesn't matter.
We'll find it.
And at night, young, but 2 a.m., so you're done with the bars, right? And we go out to the food trucks. They're doing some borracha tacos. Is that how you say Barea? Barea? I don't know. Some tacos in the taco trucks. And we all get one, and I go, all right, guys, we got to make a decision here because if I'm driving to where I'm staying, I got to go now or keep going, and then I won't,
Yeah,
and
there's
then
that
I'll leave
threshold.
my car here, and then I'll figure it out. And they're like, it's 2 a.m., we're done. What do you mean? And I go, I don't know. I just thought maybe you might want a hotel party. I don't know. I'm trying to make the night
go.
long as
Yeah.
possible, you know?
Yeah, you're
and they go, no, this is it, baby. Great
Losers.
night. We'll see you tomorrow night at the show. And I was like,
Cowards.
word to my mom. Bust home to where I was staying, have a good night's sleep, golf the next day, show up the next day. All right, well, whatever.
It is 2:30. Have a few drinks. Things get loose.
And I get back to the club and I go, well, last night was a great time. We should all do it again tonight. What do you say, fellas? And they go, woo, we only got one night like that in us. And I was like, one night like that?
Yeah.
2 a.m. We had a couple of tacos, sang one song at Monterey.
Monterey, that's the bar.
Spokane.
We'll shout it out.
Monterey. They have pizza real late. And all right, so I go, wow, you guys, I thought you guys were, whatever. And they go, well, actually, after you left.
Oh.
And I go, after I left, you better not. And they go, oh, well, yeah, this guy came along and he's like, come to my bar. I'm going to open it up. We're illegally, obviously, at 2 a.m. And we're going to drink from behind the bar and we're going to have a heyday. And they did. They partied until 5 a.m., drinking, having a great time. They said Tom took his shirt off, wrong guy, and he got on the ones and twos. And so he was DJing and dancing, and Full Charge was going nuts. And they had a heyday till 5 a.m. without good old Cory Michaelis. And I said, how can, and they go, well, we don't have your number. We don't have, we wanted to get rid of you, whatever. And
you were the party starter. That's the worst part.
And when that's the thing is, I was the one that's like, let's
leading
go,
the charge.
Let's go. And they just said, nah, not happening. And then it did happen. And it was like that FOMO where you don't know you FOMO'd until after the FOMO. So you can't even I was fearing missing out. And
you're manifesting.
Usually when you fear missing out on something, nothing really happens.
Right.
It's all in your head. There's nothing going on. And
now you're like, my fears are valid now.
Yes, for the rest of my life now, I'm like, what's going to happen? I want to stay to the last possible second of every event, everywhere, because of gosh dang Tom Segura and Matt Fulchiron. But they're good fellows. We had a great time. They did have a very tame Saturday night show, and then Sunday caught their early flights off to LA or wherever they go. And I just was like, such a bummer, because, now I'm on my own in Spokane on the streets just looking, who wants that? Where's that guy with the bar?
To this day, haunting the streets of Spokane.
Yeah, please,
please
something fun. And, he would, this is funny too, is like, I could tell him the story and he'd be like, I don't.
Yeah, that was just one night.
That was one of my many amazing nights without the opener. We never brought the opener anyway. You were the host, MC. You don't go. And I was like, maybe. But that's Tommy, I wish you well and everything. But
good luck with that guy. I don't know what's happening with him,
he
but
might
I hope
make it. I think he might have a
career.
He might have something ahead of him. He's a decent talent.
Keep doing stand-up.
Stick to it.
Stick with it.
Anyway,
that's a bummer. But that was what he was. He was the headliner at Spokane.
So he's headlining, Full Charge is featuring, and I think it was like definitely his last time at the Spokane Comedy Club. Let's see what a little inside baseball. Some of these folks, when they make it to theater or arena level, then when it comes time to write a new hour, they come back down for every once in a while. And just so happens, Spokane Comedy Club, owned by Bark Entertainment, they have amazing clubs over the country. And relatively large, too. So, 6 shows at Spokane Comedy Club is 1,800 people.
Yeah.
That's a decent chunk of people.
Yeah.
That's 6 shows where these folks sometimes get to work out their
new stuff,
So keep an eye out for the big names coming back, but recognize you're going to be seeing new. That's what you get there. And then you go to the arena or the theater and you see they're polished.
Yeah.
Typically. That's the idea. And if you come see me, you'll see 9-year-old jokes, because I'm not as prolific.
Right. Like Chris Rock said, he was doing some Trenton, New Jersey or something, and somebody on social media, it's all social media now.
Complaining.
Complaining he wasn't that good. And he's like,
there's no time.
How much you pay for these tickets? He's like, 25. He's like, come back to the theaters when it's 75.
You'll see.
You'll see,
He's interesting because he's a presence on stage, obviously. He changes his voice up. But my understanding is when he goes to the Cellar in New York or the Stand in New York or wherever he works out material in New York, he's very intentional about nothing.
Right.
I do
he wants the
nothing,
words to do the work.
on.
Yep. He doesn't prowl the
then-
stage like
no,
usual. He just
no,
delivers. He wants to see if
and-
the jokes work.
That's right. Once
Yeah.
he gets the joke to work, then you add on that other
Yeah.
zhuzh, and now all of
Yeah.
a sudden
Yeah.
you're a good. You got yourself a murderous act.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, you know what I heard about him was a friend of ours who's now starting their own and becoming big said at the Comedy Store, he's like, certain times people come in, Eddie Griffin or,
Yeah, yeah.
or Daniel Tosh or whoever, and he's like, and the energy changes because it's like, oh, as a special guest, that's exciting for this
Yes.
crowd that they're just there to see comedy, and there's like, oh, here's a guy from television, right?
Buzz.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
buzz,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He said Chris Rock though is the opposite. He comes into the kitchen. He comes in. He said he comes in a hood, so nobody can see who he is, like a Jedi warrior, right? And he
Yeah.
just shuffles him back. He doesn't make anything. But he said the second he enters the room, people are like, something changed. Like there's like
Yeah,
it's not a visual buzz, but he's like the energy is different. Isn't that wild? Like
That
he
is pretty
carries
wild.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
right.
still have never seen him live. I got it.
Yeah,
That's a bucket listy thing, I guess.
Speaking of bucket list, let's find
Shall we
you,
drink?
yes. Let's drink. Let's
been
go
looking
number
at my
3.
Saturdays.
Let's see what we think.
Okay, I will say I haven't. That one's fine, but I haven't found one I'm really into yet.
Which is good.
No chance.
No chance? Is that right?
What is that? That's not root beer.
Number 3, not going for it.
What is in there?
Funny enough, one of my favorites. Interesting.
One of your favorites.
Interesting.
Well, it's just, it's all relative to what you liked initially, right?
Right,
So if you
right.
think about barks
Yeah.
and mug, this is a little more. There's something in them,
Mm-hmm.
like what is that?
These two are pretty
You're gonna
distinct.
tell me?
Well, eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah, these two are distinct.
What am I?
right?
It tastes like much more fall. There's a fall flavor in there.
Okay.
Cinnamon? There's no cinnamon. There's something in there. What'd you put in there?
Yeah.
Did you spit in that?
Yeah, I did. Exactly. Yeah, there's hepatitis B in this one.
Okay. I only like the C.
Well, you said you have a theme, right? So Tom Segura is a theme.
Segura.
So you cross paths again?
Sort of.
Sort of.
So then I worked with Christina
Yes.
Pazsitsky,
His lovely wife.
his wife. And if you're a real man, you say Tom Segura is Christina P's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
We're
so I'm working
We're
with
men.
Christina P on an off night at a club, and I won't name it. I don't think it matters, but I won't name it. And so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
That story I just told is not much of a story for her. She'd
Right.
be like, oh.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
well, so I don't tell that story. I just,
Yeah.
I worked with your husband once. Cool.
Tight.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
There's thousands of clubs on the country.
I go up, murder. No, I do whatever, do fine. Featuring this time, not hosting, one level up on the show. I'm hanging back in the back, kicking back, relaxing. And about 15 minutes into her set, I look over to the bar and I see bartender and real big, we call him Big Adam. Big Adam, a security pin a guy
Oh.
on the bar top. You're gonna go? You gonna go? And he's gonna go now. He's fine to go. He wants, I'll go, but I'm not happy about it. And he walks by me and he's flipping over tables and chairs to really show he's a man.
Yeah.
And I'm just in the back booth, flirting with ladies on the internet, probably, or something. I don't know. And
The Match.com days. Yeah.
and now, now I'm like, I gotta follow this, and you start kind of videoing because that's how I become famous now.
Yep.
And I get out there, and I turn that off because I realize this is, I'm involved now. I
Yeah.
just involved myself,
Yes.
and I go, what did he do? And they
Right,
go,
right.
him? Call the server a C word 3 times. And I was like, in a row?
Yeah. Was he trying to summon one?
I don't know why I asked that. I don't think that's important to the story.
It is. To me, it is.
I do think it would be weird if
Yeah.
he was like, C, I'm out of here.
With
And
one, you're like,
like,
what a jerk. With 3, you're like, well, now I want to hear his perspective.
what's
3
going on here?
times. That's
so I was like, all right, that's bizarro. And it's kind of those things where like you find that out and I involve myself and I've never fought in my life. I don't fight. I arm wrestle. You see me at a bar, you want to arm wrestle, I'll beat you in arm wrestling. You hear that? All right.
open challenge.
I will also probably give myself golfer's elbow right there. Every single time it happens, a little right there, and it's a real bummer. So I should never arm wrestle at a bar, but I continue to do it like a D-bag. But it's the only thing I can win. That's, right? And so I'm in this moment, and now I've involved myself. And it did flip a switch, though. She's very sweet. I knew her well. And I go, you can't, why are you gotta go. And he goes, oh, and I would like to fight the bouncer. And I was like, oh.
Well,
he would love to fight.
I'd like that also. We would all love that.
Yeah, he just pinned you against the bar top.
Yeah.
He'd love to come out.
Why don't you throw out 3 more C-bombs and let's see where this goes.
But it's that thing of like, I said some version of, well, how about me? You know, I'll knock you out.
Oh.
And then, you know, that thing where you like pee your pants immediately because you're like,
Yep.
I've never been in a fight before.
Unfounded courage of being.
I've been beat up a bunch. That's different than being in a fight before. Maybe because I fight like that. But he does. He kind of like runs at me. I go one of these and I go, oops, I hope that. Bop, one time. And then he just took a nap on the sidewalk. He just immediately started snoring. And
So you hit the button.
I was apologizing as he fell, by the way. I was like, I've never done this before. What do we do now? And his girlfriend came running over and she's like, dang it, Ethan. Like it happens every night. Like it's like a regular occurrence. And my friend Chad Denick, a little shout out to Chad Denick. He called the police like Chads do. And but I mean, that's the right thing to do.
It's the right call.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I was like, that's the right thing to do until I heard him. He goes, oh, we're good. The comedian just knocked him out. And I was like, all right,
well,
you can hang up now. Don't keep reporting crimes when your friend has become the criminal.
I think he's got a gun on him.
I think you're telling on me now.
Yeah.
So, and they kind of pulled him aside, and Luke Severide was there. Luke's amazing. He's like a metal version of me in terms of looks, and he looks like he's, it looks like I could have probably been like,
this guy. Yeah, yep.
I didn't know. And they would have been like, that seems about right. Yeah. And they were friends, were trying to pick him up and pull, and we were like, he needs a nap. And, I would have said, listen, this made me feel amazing, great, whatever. Like I would have assumed that, I should say, but it sort of did it. It gave me this real anxiety and I didn't feel great about it. Went back in. People were like, does your hand hurt? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, you know where to hit a guy. And I was like, yeah. No, don't know where to hit a guy. And I still don't because my eyes were closed the entire time. But I think somewhere in this vicinity.
Yeah.
But I did. I found a spot that turned the lights out and also didn't hurt my hand. My hand never did end up hurting because it just was this little soft spot in between. And caught him there and we're taking shots and having a good time. And then the manager came over and he goes, hey, you might want to check out a Facebook post from the owner. And I was like, oh boy.
The owner?
So I go to the Facebook post. It was actually a Facebook post from a comic. There was a little misunderstanding. A comedian posted that something had occurred. I can't remember if they said specifically the details, and in hindsight, I should have let him leave it up. But I asked, I was like, you want to take that down?
That's a reasonable call,
you know? But it isn't what's going to really happen, except for maybe someone come back with a gun, like you said. So I go, hey, I don't know about that, because then the owner commented, pretty disappointed I wasn't at the show tonight. Not left that comment. And I read that, and I go, this club's very important to my career.
Right.
This was silly. I don't know if you know, businesses don't like it when their employees punch people on the sidewalk in front of their
especially guests.
Kind of crazy. As first I learned of this. So I sort of packing my things up and someone goes, no, come here. And then the follow-up comment she wrote, I heard it was a real knockout performance. And I was like, I'm back in the game. Let's go. Shots on me or off of me, whatever you guys want. And that, should be the end of the story. I was a little nervous the next day, head on a swivel, but I don't live in Tacoma. We didn't have another show. It was a one-nighter, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so it was not a continued weekend. This person's not going to be able to find me.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't remember anything,
Right.
And so about a year and a half later, I get a Facebook DM. Maybe 2 years later, I had done the bit and posted it on the internet. I did it as a bit. Sorry, I'm telling a bit, but this is the real story of it. The bit's a little different. And so I get this DM and it goes, hey, I just watched a video of you at Blank Comedy Club talking about knocking somebody out. Was that at Blank Comedy Club? And I go, it was at Blank Comedy Club.
He led you into the questioning.
Well, first of all,
interesting.
I get the story a little. I ignored the DM, but you can see that I saw. So an hour later, he writes, I'm judging by your lack of response that it was at Blank Comedy Club. That was me. And I go, oh, well, I wasn't ignoring you. I just had a show, and okay, well, hey there. And he was like, that's crazy. I totally deserved it. I was being an hole that night,
Wow.
which is hilarious. He wrote hole, W-H-O-L-E.
Nice,
So,
yeah.
yes, you were being a whole ass.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, man. He goes, in my defense, I was crazy drunk, and I don't remember it. And I don't think I was that mean to this, but I get it, you know, whatever. And then he goes, my friends, when I woke up, I was like, what happened last night? And they were like, the comedian knocked you out. And I was like, the girl? And then they go, no, the one before, the bald guy. And he goes, oh, wow,
that's great.
really? He knocked me out? Why? And then they tell him the story,
yeah.
and he's going, all right, well, yeah.
Meanwhile, comedians across the country are like, for your service?
Yeah, right. And then he did some version in the DMs of like, we should, you know, do a photo op, like, you know, like a Mike Tyson.
Like police evidence, you know, just like police evidence.
Yeah. There's no the statute of limitations has not run out. So actually, how long is it?
Yeah, what is it? 5 years?
Whatever. I don't know. Track that guy down. I don't know. Good luck. But
has he been in touch since?
No.
Yeah.
We just kind of did a short back and forth, and I went ahead and called it at that point.
Yeah. It was a moment in time.
I mean, maybe he's been to a show since. I don't know. You get banned from a comedy club. It's not like they, you know, put your photo on the wall necessarily. So who knows? You know, where that fella is. Reach out.
Right. Reach out. We'll put you on the wall.
I'll arm wrestle you.
Wrestle to a fall. Pinfall.
So Christina P, you know, I tell her, oh my God, thank you so much. That's wild. That was you. That's crazy. I heard about it when I got off stage. All these things.
So she didn't see any of that.
None of this, because it's all on the sidewalk.
It's on the sidewalk. She's in the green
room. So I'm going,
yeah.
oh baby, she's gonna talk about this
for years.
On the podcast with Tom, your mom's house, right? I believe. And nope.
Zero.
No
Not even a mention?
No.
Because on their show, it's like, how was your shows this weekend? Fine.
Yeah. Nothing, anything abnormal?
No. You defended her honor.
I did.
And there was no...
And you know what? No FOMO on that one. I did not miss out. I got every last bit of entertainment. All
right. What do you think? Should we move on? Number 4?
Yeah. This is looking like more my style.
Yep.
That smells like coffee. It tastes like coffee. So
and you're not a coffee guy.
I don't, but listen, if I was to drink coffee, it would be that. Like it would be a sweeter. See, this is the thing. People always go like, well, you should try a double caramel, vanilla, chai, like all, and I'm like, well, at that point,
why have
I'm
coffee?
Just drinking a milkshake.
Yeah, exactly. Just go to Dairy Queen.
I like milkshake.
Right.
I know I like milkshakes.
Why would you sully this with a coffee?
I would get a root beer milkshake, literally, if I was going to do that, and then get rid of it, poop it out later.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't need coffee. That's pretty tasty, though. It's interesting. I see why people like coffee when you do it. There's straight black coffee, though. I mean, it's, you know.
Right. But when you add those earthy elements, yeah, exactly. The coffee doesn't overwhelm.
Right. I like my coffee like most women like their men. Ground up in my freezer.
Imported from Africa?
Oh. Can that make it? Yeah, it's actually very tasty, but it doesn't taste like root beer.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
All right.
2 this time?
Let's try, Let's try this. Let's try number 5.
All right.
Let's see.
It's, again, looking more like my style. Yeah, I can taste that they have no sugar in them. It's like very obvious.
Right?
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Fine. Not your favorite.
I guess it's just you got to put sugar and stuff to make it taste good.
That's why the sugar's in there. That's why the sugar's in there.
It's a real bummer to learn that.
Right?
You know what I mean? I do. I get. I can't remember the brand, but I'm like, literally last night. I don't know if you ever reached the max number of tabs on your iPhone. That's like 400.
Oh my God, is that many?
I always reach that
you
many
hit
tabs.
It? That's hilarious.
And I can't. And it won't let you do another search.
That's hilarious. I'm such an old man. I've got 12, and that's too many. I'm overwhelmed.
My computer is it's like crazy. But I deleted a bunch. One of them I saw, I was delete. Like, and I was like considering, can I delete this?
Yeah.
It's the internet. You can go find it again. But it reminds me of a thing that I was thinking about or whatever. So you delete, and it was what did we just talk about?
Was it mugs or barks?
No, what did we just say? Why? See, this is
the
why
sugar?
I leave
Yeah,
tabs
that's why I
open.
leave the tabs open.
Oh, it was a Google search of top 20 sugar-free snacks.
Yeah.
So I have Russell Stover maybe does a
Okay.
pretty decent like caramel, pecan, like all those kinds of things. Because at night I'll really pound those.
So you're chocolate. You're chocolate.
I'm a sweets.
Sweets.
Yeah,
You don't do
if
the
I had my druthers, it would be like watermelon, Sour Patch Kids. I would just eat like 100 of those every night.
Yeah.
If I track down the sugar-free version of that, it
Right.
won't taste as good, and I'll just that all up in the teeth.
Yep. Every woman
Like,
that I've dated in my history, like when first time we go to a restaurant, you're trying to evaluate people, and I never think about it until they all point it out later. Is I read the dessert menu first,
Oh, funny.
and they always notice, and I never notice. It's just so natural to me to be like,
funny.
let's see what Jeremy gets for a reward for getting through this miso crusted.
Oh, that's why he
cod.
asked where we were gonna have breakfast tomorrow
Yeah.
morning. He gets a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, a little cinnamon roll time.
Is that okay? That seems like it's not okay.
Oh, are we on? Yeah.
That seems like it might not be okay.
Are we losing battery? Oh, okay.
All right, we just have black screens.
Just
Just want to make sure everything's good. Should I not mention that? All right.
No. We're living in the digital age. Well, so you have a theme, so that's funny how you've crossed paths twice. A third is kind of like a serendipity.
I'm gonna be honest. This one's a little bit of a stretch.
It's a
He was in the same state, I think same
Okay.
city,
Okay.
performing at, now he's theater level.
Yeah.
He's arena level. He's big name.
Yeah.
And I'm opening for an act.
Yeah.
I'm featuring for Tommy Davidson.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of In Living Color fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave's the best. Yeah, love Tommy.
Yes, that's
He's
a
the
great
man. He's
bit.
the man.
Amazing. And a great show, like predominantly black audience, which is a fun. I mean, I don't know. I just challenge honestly, just to make sure that you can. We typically in the Pacific Northwest and in the West in general, where I normally typically perform for predominantly white audiences, and so it's a fun challenge and.
Yeah, it's a treat. I love black audience.
And make sure, and it's I won't even say challenge. It's like I'm not going to change my act that much,
Right.
so it's like a curiosity of like,
How's this react?
work?
Yeah, is this universal? Does it react? Yeah.
Murder. I'm just kidding. Did well. Good show. Great show. And this particular club has a bar out front, a front bar to kind of like collect the people pre-show for the second show and gather people post-show of the first show. And it's a brilliant idea. Every club should have it if they can. If they can have, it
Got the
takes
space.
the real estate to make it happen.
Yeah.
And we're having a great time out there. And this one happens to be in our barcade. So it's pop a shot and all the things. And we're having a great time. And I'm having a fun time. And a round of shots for all the staff. Kind of thinking I would get a little bit of a deal. But nope, I paid twice what I made on the show for shots.
Oh, and now I know what club
for
it
the
is.
staff, but what are you gonna do?
Now I know exactly what club it is.
And so, you might know the overarching, But so then I go, all right, hey, good times. And I think it's not that club.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I know what club you think. This was an issue. I could have initiated a.
You're right.
I could have gone like, hey, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to get a little bit of, and then, but I just chose not to.
Right.
So
You assumed it was unspoken.
Bartender was like, and then I didn't, I'm not gonna like initiate. So we had a great time. Everything's going great. And the host, very meek fella, sweet meek fella, comes walking in from outside, and he goes, "Woof, had to come indoors. There's people with guns out there." I was like, yeah, you got to come indoors.
Yeah, get
what
inside. Yeah, duck and cover.
The state's Oklahoma. I'll tell you the state. State of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of
That is
mildly important.
Yeah.
I go, yeah. Pretty good idea to come inside.
Yeah.
He said it so casual too. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. come
Somebody
inside.
says that in Seattle. It's a 1 mile radius.
Yeah,
Everyone's on.
Everybody's
highway.
on 911.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah. Oklahoma is scratching his head.
Jeez.
Scratching his head with it.
And then I go, well, wait, why are you the only one who's returned inside?
Right.
He's like, the bouncer, the secured, they're all just kind of observing. And I was like,
What?
these people insane?
Yeah.
You out of your mind?
Yeah.
Observing?
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. And so I sort of wander my way back to the bar top, thinking like, it's a brick. There's, there's a lot. And then pop, 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 pop. And I freak out. I go running into the foyer to the club, back to the green room is where I'm headed. I pass the manager and I go, oh, hey, shots. And she goes, we're taking shots? And I go, no.
As you're still treating.
Gunshot. Also, can I get a discount on that?
What?
Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Since you brought it up.
So we beeline back, we hide, we duck, we cover, like an earthquake or whatever.
Yeah.
And shots end. It seems now safe because everybody has fled the scene. So I guess you're safe now. Obviously, quick police presence, lots going on. Police officers come into the club. They want to see video. There's video. And so we all go back into the back office and they pull up the video and they're showing the video and you clear as day can see the car. I don't know about license plate, whatever, but you can see everything.
Oh.
So now this club has become the owners of evidence, right? Which is good. You want to help the community and rat people out, I guess. But I don't know if I want to be a part of that. That'll come up in a second. So the funniest of the whole thing, because there's humor in this, and the humor in this is that you see this all playing out, and you see a gentleman in his car parked in front of the vehicle where this shooting was coming from. And when the shooting starts, because he's smoking weed, you can see he's smoking weed, and he just goes, bing.
Safe.
Flat.
Safe.
That was his.
That was his duck and cover.
Which is, better than getting out, I suppose.
That's the Memphis duck and cover.
And I was like, that's so funny.
The old Memphis duck and
He's
cover.
safe. There's the fella who got hit, not safe, but he's long gone.
Yeah.
He got scooped up, driven away.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to
be
be
implicated
there and on scene.
Yep.
And they don't want, and the people who shot, they're long gone, and we mark off police tape and the whole thing, but we're within the police tape. We're inside the police tape, right?
Yeah, because you happen to be within the scene,
And there's us and there's an IHOP. And so, I'm giving away some information here. And so, it doesn't really matter. They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, IHOP did nothing.
But they're sort of at the nexus of the universe racially, according to the people in this state. And in my Pacific Northwest, Seattle, I go, well, what does that have to do? They go, this shouldn't matter. And they go, well, it matters. We are this far away from this group of folks who have bars that way, and this group of folks who have bars that way, and this group of folks who have a bar that way. And this is sort of the spot. Where it all kind of can, when people start spilling out at 1:30 a.m., they go to their cars, they go to parking lots, and there's convergence of all of this. And it's Oklahoma, so every single person has a gun. And it's not, but a lot of these young folks have guns, and so you get some clashes, and it turns into gunfire. And I was like, this is just wild. It's time for me to get back to the hotel, which is going to be a walk from me. So I walk out front. There's police officers, and they're going, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I go, well, you got a hotel, and and they're like, all right, well, maybe you can exit the back or get an escort or whatever.
Can you identify the gunman? You're like, Tom Segura.
This is how it all wraps up.
That's how it all wraps up.
Tommy. So I'm on, and I look over, and there's people down the street, just hanging, talking, sidewalk, sitting, whatever. And I go, oh, they can't get their cars. They can't get access to their cars. And someone who lives there goes, or they're keeping an eye out to see who's ratting folks out.
Oh my goodness!
Don't put that in my head.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
that's us.
Yeah, it's
We're
clearly
doing it.
Seattle liberal fella.
The police have walked in here, watched the video, left, and said, "Thank you, fellas," and shook all our hands and said, "Thanks for good people and ratting out those criminals."
And we watched it. We watched it all happen like a play.
Yes. We have it, and then the next day there's going to be a show.
Yeah.
Well, the way some clubs work is they give the lowly opener a headlining date on a Sunday night. So now I'm headliner on Sunday night at the club that just gave up the information on the shooters of this. And I'm going, I don't like this at all. And they're like, it's not going to be a thing. And all right. And then
it was a thing.
And then you Google And sure enough, hey, nearby businesses handed over security footage, so we're on the case. I'm going, that's us.
Damn
That's
media.
us.
Yeah.
IHOP closed. Can we close?
Yeah.
And
Seems sensible.
a little anticlimactic. I'm here, so a little anticlimactic. We did the show. Nobody cared. Nobody showed up. Nobody was there. Presumably, or I was so funny that they didn't care. No, nobody cared, and nobody was upset with us, for all I can tell, or the club, or the people that work at the club. But Tom had his, I'm sure he went private jet show.
Directly, yeah.
Huge
Helicoptered in.
Beautiful hotel.
Yep.
Back to private jet, back to LA.
Rickshaw. As
And
just
I'm walking to my hotel. Going, I didn't do anything. And you know what? I had no knowledge of this even occurring. So
Yeah. But that's amazing that now he can connect the dots and see the spider webs.
it would be interesting.
He's got to have you feature.
He's got
to have you feature. Sometime in Austin.
I
Yep. I was reading Patton Oswalt's book, and he said, as same thing, as he's like going from being an opener to a feature, he did what you always do, and he said, how much time you got? And he's like, I can do 30, 40. And so he's got 10. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's just struggling. It's a nightmare. And it's so awful that the crowd's booing him. Finally, they're like, hey, get Funny Jeff. And he's like, oh, no, we don't need Funny Jeff. And so they bring one of the staff, and he starts reading the jokes from Playboy, crushes. He's just killing with Playboy jokes from the book. And so he's
livid.
So the dude paid him like 50%. He was like, just don't come back tomorrow. And he's like, my first time on the road. And this is right. And so he said, I'm walking.
Sort of fired.
Right, sort of fired. And he's just walking from the venue to his hotel. He's like, it's a 2-mile walk, and all you have is your thoughts. And he's just like, I'm so miserable. I'm so awful. If somebody just murdered me with a shovel, it would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
The next morning he opens up the newspaper. There was some wild serial killer in the loose on that town that had murdered like 3-4 people and happened to be in the exact same area that he was that night as he's praying to have somebody just take him across there.
And he's like, I can't even get that
Can't
right.
even get that right. Can't even sell that out. He's like, I'm going to give comedy another shot.
Oh, Pat, he's great.
He's
Check
great.
out his Tulip story. It's about Tulip Casino where we've all worked before.
That's
and
unreal.
I lived there.
Yeah. The best. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, number 7. Here we go.
6, but
Number
whatever.
6, yeah.
Let's
see what
do
you
it.
do.
We're getting close. I mean, you know what's funny is after all this, we're kind of.
Oh, we're kind of back in the middle. Interesting.
Here and here.
Interesting.
I did like the coffee one. I was bizarre. But this is the problem. I don't. I'm people at 45. I'm gonna start drinking.
Start drinking coffee.
now?
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. I don't know, but that's pretty good.
Okay.
That tastes. They aren't super carbonated, any of them, except for maybe that one a little bit.
Right.
And we've talked about the GERD,
Yep.
and I thought, heart problems for a while. There you go. That stuff's funny. But I don't know how to help you all with this, but everything feels like a heart attack when you get to your 40s.
A certain age, yep.
And then you tell people, and they go, "It could be."
Could be,
And you
yeah.
go, great.
Yeah.
Well, you know what also feels like a heart attack? Anxiety.
Right.
Thank you. So now I'm sure of it.
Yeah. You know what else feels like a heart attack? Touch of the nerves.
I don't
Didn't
have
sleep
heart
well.
problems.
Exactly.
There's lots of things to do, but on your own accord, without any doctors, go get a calcium score, everybody. If you're curious, it'll tell you a little bit of information, not all the information, but you can pay right out of your pocket and get some peace of mind, or get real scared. But you bring a calcium score to a doctor, then they'll go angiogram, whatever.
And that's part of the story. And the angiogram will then tell you the rest. And if there's any orthoscopic.
That's right.
Exactly.
I ended up doing that.
Yep.
And I'm good.
It's good to have a snapshot. See? Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Well, just out of curiosity, and there's no wrong answer. You're not going to offend me, right? Would you ever substitute any of these for your mug?
For my
diet?
over-the-counter
straight diet mug.
Pepsi/Coke product. I could see myself again, I've lived without it for I don't think I've had diet beer in over a year. So it's not like my day,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see myself drinking something like this as long as I.
Of those ones, which one do you think?
One of these two, probably.
Which one do you think would be?
Am I right that that's a little carbonation?
This was the
This
carbonated.
is really nothing?
This was very lightly carbonated. This is carbonated, yeah.
So I would be.
You like the bubbly.
I would
You like the
lean
carbonation.
towards that, but I might do that to avoid. But that's my favorite tasting, I think.
Well, that's good enough for me. So, Good news, good news, bad news.
Okay.
Bad news is neither one of these are sponsors, which is fine.
I
But
love them all.
but I will give you the other taste. So number one was the Liquid Death.
That's very.
Is that
God darn it.
Yeah, yeah. Were you thinking that?
I don't want to be a liquid death guy.
I know. See, exactly, right? But it
a
is
Liquid
it's
Death
what we
guy.
have, right?
All right.
But once again, I know it's so aggressive. It's Liquid
Was
Death.
the
is
coffee one a sponsor?
Yeah. Actually, funny enough is because I didn't know you were a mug guy.
Sure.
And so number the coffee one was just rum. That was just straight rum.
Straight rum?
Yeah. And you're like, this is great. This is no, I'm just kidding. It was
like-
that was the A&W diet.
Was it?
Yeah.
No coffee?
No. Mm-mm. Number two is
None of them were
Nixie.
coffee-ish.
No. Oh, you know what? Number two, actually, I found this funny. This is Reed's. Reed's. You were right. Reed's is the number one ginger company in America, and this is their hack at root beer. And so when you were like, this is spicy, ginger.
Little ginger root.
Right? And people love or hate
A little bit
ginger.
of sugar, which sometimes, yeah. Okay.
Right? The one that you were
I
like,
ginger. Interesting.
interesting, right? Yeah. And the one that you were very, this is not up my alley. That was kombucha.
buddy.
That's why.
No,
Yes.
it's
Not for you.
And I don't know if it actually has mushrooms.
Yeah, it's mushroom blend. Yeah.
I don't like mushrooms.
And you don't like
But
mushrooms?
I don't know if that has a
See,
mushroom
yeah, well, it'll
taste
have,
to
but
it at
again,
all,
mushrooms do
but-
have a little bit of an earthy. That's
Okay.
different from, yeah, not for you.
My mom cut them up one time and she's like, it's white meat. Try
Yeah.
it. And I was like,
Synergy was actually coming on board as a sponsor, so they won't be offended. But we've just been going back and forth, and they're trying to get their act
All right.
together. Yeah,
That's synergy.
that was Nixie, which is kind of new to the market. And then the
See,
last
it
one.
looks like it would be.
It looks
what
like
I
it would be
like
good,
the
right?
most, yeah.
Virgil's is actually, I've been drinking for 30 years. When I was a kid, I didn't drink the regular root beers. I got the fancy stuff. And so this is Virgil's root beer.
And this is just, you said this is just A&W?
That was his A&W. Good old A&W, the standard.
Wow.
You're like, yeah,
Alright,
I like that.
Yeah.
But we do have some goodies from our sponsors.
Oh, wonderful.
Here's something for you. It's not beer,
Oh, I'm into that.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Love it.
So isn't that funny how Liquid Death
Not
is one particular thing where it's like, what's up, man? You're not drinking? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, it's fine. I got death water.
Liquid Death.
I've got some death water, so I'm good. So we don't have to feel, you know what I mean? Like in
I
any
like
way
Liquid
delicate,
Death,
right?
I do find it funny when people like,
And yeah, I do like to
there's
condescend.
a lot of famous people who are like,
And you do,
You're like,
it's
"All right."
it's fair to
I'm
condescend.
crazy. I'm
It's
dying
not bad.
from
It's like
water.
good stuff. Yeah. And then this for same thing. For anyone that's like, as long as somebody's got you got a drink in your hand, you know what I mean? Especially at the comedy club. If you don't have a drink in your hand, people are like, you okay? Is everything all right?
I typically do soda and bitters with a lime.
You know where that came from?
Just to look. Hey,
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, water or water bitters lime.
Yep.
Because to less carbonation. But that is absolutely true. You're in comedy world and comedy spaces. People expect you to have
And I got some good
drink in hand.
Yep. And I got some. You're not a coffee guy, but for your lovely partner, she likes
Yeah,
the
absolutely,
bold.
the dark.
She likes the dark roots. That is at the Dark Brews. That is Seattle Strong, my buddy Evan's company. This is a local Seattle company. They're phenomenal. They're great.
Love it.
That one of these lasts me 2-3 days because I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Okay.
And I don't
to
know if
know.
she likes to get on top of it, but Nguyen Vietnamese coffee. You had that? This is
Nope.
so most.
Vietnamese.
Yeah, Sarah Nguyen brought Vietnamese coffee to the market in the U.S. and Arabica is what everybody has. So the Vietnamese Robusta is a little bit stronger, it's a little bit tart, it's a little bit sweet. It's nice. And if they go to the website, use the code EverythingU and get go to the website, use the code EverythingU and get 50% off anything you order. So
Or if you're a Nguyen. Oh, interesting. They give you the pronunciation. Or if you're a really bad substitute teacher, Nguyen.
yeah. And then this is Chloroxygen. This is not only a best-selling product, but this is probably hands down one of the best herbal companies on the planet, right? Our red blood cells, right? We have, I think, red blood cells comprise about 1/4 of all cells in the human body.
Okay.
So they must be fairly important, right?
Might-
Comprise
might
1/4 of
get
us,
that.
right? And as a teacher, you remember all this, is our body,
Sure.
our body creates 2.4 million red blood cells every second. So they must be valuable, right?
Right.
So hemoglobin is what transports oxygen from the lungs to the muscles and to other tissue. So if you see where I'm going with this, all of my distance athletes, my triathletes, my crazy athletes, this is what I give them. Also, golfers. So I want to see how your golf game goes, and I want you to try this.
Like, how about arm wrestling?
Oh yeah, well, your arm
I
wrestling.
will absolutely 100% try
So
this.
you let me know how your
Very
golf game goes,
important.
because it's amazing how people say, you know, I use the cart all the time, and the first time I didn't use the cart, I was like, wow, I was tired at the end of it. I give him this, and he's like, I can walk now without the cart.
Wow,
Right?
Chloroxygen. I love it.
Right? And
Wonderful.
right here, Nutra, MSM. Anytime people say MSM cream is garbage, they're right. US MSM creams are nonsense. These guys, right? 85% MSM cream. These guys are no joke. Plus essential plant oils for the elbow. This is for the elbow.
I'm a little bit ignorant. MSM stands for.
Methylsulfonamethane. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't know why I asked. Don't know why I asked.
And then this is, in my opinion, the #1 company in America, and you can tell they're the #1 company in America because they're Canadian. That's what makes it good. And so I got this for you because you're not a coffee guy, some rhodiola.
Okay. Rhodiola.
Right? So that'll work as an adaptogen, keep you focused, keep you sharp. This is for your lovely partner. This is for anyone who is emotionally sensitive, right? Which is
I didn't say that.
emotionally aware, people who are empathetic, right?
All right.
And then you with your GERD, we are going to work on. So we're going to have a different conversation about that another time. But this is an unbelievable probiotic, okay? And this is zinc for a cold and flu season. So what makes these guys special is if I was to ask you, what would you rather have? Something that was synthetically manufactured in a lab, or something that was living whole food, optimized by microflora and you know what I mean?
Right.
Utilized to its full extent. Right. Obviously,
lab.
nobody wants to lab.
Oh,
But you come to America, and 90% of what we buy is lab manufactured nonsense, and most of it that we've imported from China.
Okay.
So now you got the real stuff, you got the good stuff, and so we didn't have a change of taste, but that's fine because we loaded up with all sorts of goodies, and we'll say, and you know what? I will buy you some rum. You can take that liquid death with you.
They need help.
They need the boost.
Their brand is just not really.
And take that.
Really
they need the help. They need our profile to boost. But take the Virgils with you. They're if you do get a chance, you do feel like, you know what? I do feel like an actual root beer. Once again, when I feel like a root beer, this is the one that I grab. Their regular sugar one is straight up like old school sarsaparilla, 1800s on the prairie, right? Yeah.
So that's very funny.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, it's just a personal thing. People love kombucha.
I love kombucha. My favorite.
Of
all these, my favorite.
Morning,
yeah.
I saw a little bit this
morning. I was pounding that before we got going. Yeah. That's right. But you nailed it. When you were like, what is in here? Something spicy.
Something's wrong with that.
You said there's extra sarsaparilla. I was like, yeah, there's some extra sarsaparilla.
Kinda.
A little bit.
Ginger.
Yeah.
in the neighborhood.
And I didn't want to tell you this was fermented mushroom because I didn't want to toss it right back out.
I appreciate it.
Well, Cory, thank you. You got any burning desires?
Ooh, burning. What does that mean?
Just anything you want to
talk about. Yeah, you should check me out on the road, CoryMichaelis.com.
Yeah.
Cory without any, Michaelis is spelled Michael, I-S. I'm sure it's in the notes of whatever you're listening to or watching right now. But here's the deal. If you're interested in trying comedy, reach out. I teach a comedy class. If you're interested in going to see comedy, I'm all over the country doing comedy. If you're interested, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, and you're interested in seeing an amazing show, I produce a show in Everett, my hometown, the historic Everett Theater, and we put 500 people in once a month and see some big names. Yeah. And I host the show, so you can come.
Sklar Brothers were there a little while ago.
Sklar Brothers recently. We have some amazing acts coming up. Gabriel Rutledge, who's finally popped off the last few years. One of our favorite people in the world and one of our favorite comics in the world. And then a 2026 full of shows at a theater that's over 100 years old and just got some renovations done to it. So now it's like some state-of-the-art stuff and beautiful. So
and Cory's classes is nationwide, is worldwide. You can just hop on.
I mean, ultimately, you could. We'd try and set up a show at the end for you, but ultimately it's virtual, so you can join from anywhere. And in fact, I'll be leaving here to teach one tonight. Two coincidentally, folks in Oklahoma.
Outside.
When I get home, it'll be people in Oklahoma learning how to do stand-up.
Are there digital metal detectors? Or is it you just have to trust that?
Club's amazing. Wasn't the club sold? They didn't do anything wrong. Wasn't club patrons.
No.
Yeah.
There was one other thing I wanted to add. I completely forgot. We'll have to add it as an add-on. But reach out to Tom Segura's people. Hey. Everybody, flood his email box.
At Tom Segura,
at
probably.
Probably. At Tommy Segura. Yeah.
She was wonderful that night. May or may not remember it. She didn't witness it, but heard about it later.
And didn't choose to talk about
the
it.
heckler. I'm sure he does not remember going to an after-hours bar in Spokane without me, but whatever. And he definitely doesn't know about the last story. But while he was in town, somewhere near him, there was a little bit of a pop. So
Tommy and Christina, bring out your boy. Well, thank you, and we'll be back again with Change of Taste in another, I don't know, we'll release these when we release them. It's a lot of work. And nobody can ask you to be perfect, just be better. That's it. We love you.
bye.
Bye.